Hi there. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, depending on which part of the world you're watching this from. I just thought I would do a short video post-Carnival because now it's all over. It turned out there was 395 arrests. Half of that, just under half, I think it was 141 was arrested for drugs or detained for drugs. So that's it. So my question is the spirit of Carnival dead, or will it die, or what's going to happen now? Because I can imagine next year, there was 1 million year less than a couple of years ago, and there seems to be less and less people going. I don't know if this is an elderly thing, the older of us, we've lost it, we feel afraid, because I've spoken to young people and they had a good time and they didn't see the arrests. So maybe it's as you get older, you have that kind of fear. But there are some factors in place that are still true. The spirit of the carnival is lost in the sense that the reason it was put on was to build bridges. Instead of that, it's become a playing field for people who want to cause trouble. You do have the families. Sundays was a family day. That doesn't seem to happen anymore, because at least when you went on a Sunday, it seemed to be less people. You could take your kids, and on the Monday it was like for everyone. Now if you go on a Sunday, it's just as bad as a Monday. The children are still vulnerable. I don't understand how people can take pushchairs, carry young babies in a carnival. I don't get it. Especially when it's so crowded, and if there was a stampede, everybody would get trodden on. And when I'm there, that's what I think. I don't think of being safe and walking down the street and having a good time and listening to music. I think of the worst case scenario. Supposing there was a stampede, and sometimes you're in such a tight fit that the crowd is actually carrying you. So that's what I don't like. I don't like being restricted from my freedom. I don't like feeling that if I do want to go home, it's going to take me a half an hour to an hour to find a safe place to reach, because there's so many people, so many blockades. So yeah, bearing that in mind, the spirit of the carnival used to be colour. It used to be people just dancing to the music. Now you've got people throwing paint, chocolate, mud on each other. People look bedraggled. We used to dress up to go to the carnival. That doesn't seem to happen because people are afraid to get their good clothes dirty, so they just go anyhow. You still have a few people who still dress up and who stay away from that crowd, and I guess that's what you have to do. But yeah, it doesn't feel the same. And I know I didn't go, but lots of my friends did. Or should I say my younger friends did. The people in my age group didn't, of course. But, the feedback I did get from the younger people was that the vibe was good and they enjoyed themselves. So there's mixed reviews here. Yeah, you got the police presence. For some, it makes them feel safe. For others, it makes them feel uncomfortable, depending on what you perceive their presence to mean. Is it to protect the civilians, or is it to detain, depending on the mindset of the policeman? We have good and bad cops all over the place. So it really depends on who's who and place, time, vibe. What else is there before I have to rush out? I think it's not fun. Somebody was talking about an elderly lady a couple of years ago. She actually lived in Ladbroke Grove, and because she couldn't get to an ambulance in time, she actually died. So you do have that kind of restriction. If you live in that area, it must be really difficult for the residents. Yeah, I mean, they've even had to put boards up because people were peeing on the doorsteps and stuff like that, which is not nice. The prices, I hear the prices were really high for hot dogs and goodness knows what else. So that kind of takes away the enjoyment, because you'd obviously want to eat more than once, and you'd obviously want to eat more than one hot dog. So that's not good. But there again, the vendors, I heard the price has gone up to nearly £2,000. They're trying to make their money back. So it's not a win-win situation. Is the answer to move it elsewhere, like to Hyde Park or to Brixton or whatever? Is that the answer? It may be not. But the thing is, it depends on the people. Has the spirit of the people died? You know, what is in the minds of the people going there? You know, the young people, are they seeing it as a revenge ground? Are the people who are going there, the older people, are they going there with fear and apprehension? How many of them are going there with fun and laughter in their spirit? And so that kind of permeates the whole vibe. So if you're not going there with the right intention or the right mind, it is going to kill the spirit of the carnival, and people are not going to want to go. So I don't know if we can revive that spirit and make it better. I don't know, with all these barricades. I mean, I understand the knife arches and all that, but like someone said, you know, people who want to do harm, they hide their knives way before the time of the event. So those knife arches are a waste of time, because by the time people are going through, they know where they've hidden their knives. So it's a paradox, because one part of me would love to go, and I think if it was a sunnier day, I might have been tempted. But then you have the cloudiness, you have the arches, you have the police, you have the barricades, you have the houses boarded up, and it just doesn't bode well. So for me, it's like it's like you know that you're going into a place that isn't safe. And I do not understand why anybody would want to take children under 12 in that kind of environment. I think it's very selfish. And for them, just so they can enjoy themselves, they take children in that kind of hellhole. But anyway, for those who enjoyed it, it's great. And for those who want to stop, well, I can see, but I do hope that somebody will come up with an idea that will make it bright again and bring back the Caribbean spirit. Because right now, that spirit of the carnival is dying. So that's all for now. Bye.